domain, or beheld in sin's dread sway. I'd rather have Jesus than anything this world affords today. I'd rather have Jesus than man's applause. I'd rather be faithful to his dear cause. I'd rather have Jesus than worldwide fame. I'd rather be true to his holy name than to be the king of a vast domain, or beheld in sin's dread sway. I'd rather have Jesus than anything this world affords today.
Amen. That should be all of us prayer. Today I want to first appreciate the fact that you have been a good congregation thus far, and we hope that we continue to the end of the service and on our way over. Today I want to, as we are here on this sad occasion, just want to share a word of encouragement and a word of hope. And as the song just said, that the best person to have is Jesus. So there was, in a quiet community, a well-respected man, known for his hard work and success. He was nearing the end of his life, and he called his son into his study, into his room. There were 2 chairs in the room. One was occupied, which is the man's own chair, where he had spent decades building a life, a name, and an inheritance. The second chair was empty. He said to his son, "This chair is where I live, work, and chase success. But now my time in this chair is over. Yours is about to begin." The son asked, "Father, how can I honor your legacy?" The old man replied, "Don't just repeat what I did, learn from what I didn't." Somebody need to hear what I just read. The son said, "Dad, how can I honor your legacy?" And the old man rocked back in the chair, looked in his eyes and said, "You can honor my legacy by not just repeating what I did, but learn from what I didn't." He said, "I spent my life filling my hands with things, but now they are empty, and build a life," he said, "that will still matter when you are gone." What a word of encouragement. The father said to his son, he said, "Build a life that will still matter when you're gone. Build a life that pleases God." You see, legacy is an important and interesting word. Today, as we gather to celebrate the life of this young man that is now asleep, we also are confronted with the question that that life and death force us to all answer. What kind of legacy are we leaving behind? You see, in modern times, legacy is often seen as money and property or accomplishment, but in the biblical culture, legacy was measured by values and faithfulness and the way a person walked with God. The psalmist in Psalm 145 verse 4 puts it like this. It says, one generation shall praise thy works to another and shall declare thy mighty acts. You see, our loved one's story is not only about what they did, but also who they were and what they leave behind in our hearts. As we look at legacy, I want to share just two quick stories from the Bible and then we close. We look at legacy. I could find none better than the legacy handed down from David to his son Solomon, a father's final gift. In 1 Kings 2 verse 1 to 4, when King David approached death, he gave his son Solomon the most important inheritance. He said, I go the way of the earth, be strong, and keep the charge of the Lord your God, that thou mayest prosper in all that thou doest. You see, David never just left a throne behind, but he gave a charge to his son. He gave a divine assignment, a spiritual legacy to his son. He knew Solomon would face decisions that would shape not just his own life, but the future of a nation. And not that long after David's death, God tested Solomon's heart. In 1 Kings chapter 3 verse 5 through 14, we don't have time to read it, but the first verse said, in Gibeon the Lord appeared to Solomon in a dream, and God said to Solomon, ask what I shall give thee. What an amazing proposition. What if God was to come here and say to you, ask for whatever you want and I will bless you with it. I wonder what we'll start to ask God for. Many of us will start to think about the house on the hill and the type of car that we want to roll down in, and all kind of money and wealth and all kind of earthly things. But God, the God of heaven, offers this to Solomon, and I wonder how Solomon responded. Solomon said in verse 9, give thy servant an understanding heart to judge thy people, that I might discern between good and bad. What a thing. God gave you a blank check, as it were, and said just fill it in. But Solomon realized that the most important thing is to have an understanding heart, to be able to know and to discern good from evil. We're living in a time that we also need to be able to discern what is good and what is evil. So God was so pleased with the young Solomon's request that God said to him, because thou have asked this, I have given thee a wise and understanding heart, and I have also given thee that which thou hast not asked for. And God gave him riches and honor. Why? Because he realized the most important thing in life is what Matthew 6 and verse 33 said. I'll share it with you now. But seek ye first the